Are there any guards inside of the inn, or only on the outside?
They're staying on the outside.
So Arius is gonna is the same innkeeper lady there.
Yeah, so the inn has gotten busier since you left to go meet Kit. There's kind of like the evening crowd is in there now. The bartender is kind of hustling around a little bit more than she was before, and there's the dishwasher kind of clearing tables as quickly as he can. You also notice that there is like a dwarf with a hood over his head, sitting at a table at the corner of the bar, and it looks like he's talking to himself. It looks like he's like muttering something to himself. There's also a gnome sitting at the bar who's having like a very enthusiastic conversation with the patron sitting next to him, but the patron sitting next to him just seems like he's staring at the gnome in a stupor. He can't keep up with what the gnome is saying. And
Great more chatter boxes.
other than that, there are no soldiers in the inn, and it's just like locals.
Okay, well, Arius wants to get the innkeeper's attention, if he can, by just kind of walking. Whatever she's doing, he's just going to walk up and interrupt her.
Yeah, she's like behind the bar, like pouring drinks.
Yeah, he's just going to stand right in front of her and just talk at her.
Okay.
And just say, you see, we were just escorted by some of the Kid Strongman's lackeys there. So you charged us for the room last night, or this afternoon, I suppose. So can I have the money back? Clearly, this one's on him.
Does anyone remember what her accent was?
Oh boy,
It was-
I want to say Scottish.
All right. She says, rumor in this town spreads quickly.
No, that wasn't it.
No.
Not quite Swedish.
Rumor in this town spreads quickly.
That was it.
Okay. Just because you were escorted by the guard doesn't mean it was a good thing. In fact, people are saying you murdered people on the streets. I'm surprised Kit even let you go. He's normally very ruthless with people like you.
We didn't murder them. They tried to murder us.
She kind of shrugs.
Our only crime is overpowering them.
Do you not have a stand your ground law here in this town?
Topical.
I heard that you crumpled to the ground like a little girl.
I don't care for your gender-based insults. I'll excuse myself now. Thank you very much. And
She says, sorry, before you
he'll just
go,
grab the drink and walk away.
I feel quite bad, like a little child.
That's better. Peace out. And he's just going to take whatever drink she was pouring and walk away.
Alright, she allows it.
And I thoroughly appreciate the strength with which he talked back.
Yeah, Arius is extraordinarily progressive.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Someone is phoning my phone.
Okay.
I have to go stop them.
Dun, dun, dun,
Could be
dun.
anyone.
So, grab a
Hopefully
veal.
it's someone with a clue as to who we should talk to next.
So-
Well, Arius is just gonna kind of wander around and see if he hears anything interesting.
Actually, Arius, when you take a seat, or as you're wandering around, the dishwasher like kind of brushes past you, and whispers to you,
Sweet nothings.
sweet nothings. He says, nothing, and breezes by, and then he comes back and says, "Oh yeah, I have a message for you. You should probably not speak so loudly about the undead you fought. The walls have ears in this town." And then he kind of walks away.
Huh. Arius is just gonna kind of sort of stunned. He's just gonna kind of take that in, and he's gonna try and look for one of his companions if he can see them walking around.
Companion is a bit of a strong word.
He's gonna look for his two best friends in the whole world.
There we go.
I don't think you can find any such people in this establishment.
I think one of them just whispered something to you.
Yeah, that might have been the dishwasher now qualifies. So
Well, he's gonna look for the people he came here with.
Okay, there you go. Yeah. What is Melvin doing?
so it's still morning, right?
No,
It's
no,
just
it's late evening now.
it's late evening.
Oh, yeah.
How long were we?
You slept all day.
Yeah, we slept the day away, and then we got jumped at sundown.
Yep.
Okay, fair enough. So we just need one sleep away from advancing the plot. This is probably the case.
Well, that's not necessarily true. There's this fantastic inn you're in now.
Yeah, lots of stuff could happen here. So I guess the question is, do we feel like there would be someone in this establishment that we might use to increase our odds in the next battle?
Well,
Perhaps we should hire a mercenary for our mercenary band.
I can tell you that the dwarf who was talking to himself and the gnome who was talking to the person at the bar both seem like they are quite capable individuals. And funny you should mention that, because just as you say that, a half elf walks into the door of the inn with a bow strung over her shoulder, and she kind of scans the bar with her eyes, and you can see as she's scanning the bar, her eyes stop on you and on Kronar and on Arius each, and then she finds herself a seat somewhere private and just kind of keeps her eyes locked on the three of you.
Okay, Arius is gonna wink outrageously.
She'll nod to you.
So can we, from our
There's-
current
okay.
vantage point, try and determine some type of capability of these three outstanding individuals within the bar?
Well, why don't you tell me how you plan on doing that?
Okay. I would like to look for exterior signs, things like armor or emblems they might be wearing, the quality of their cloth or how battered their armor might be, or perhaps if they've got a spell book in hand, or
Yeah, is anyone wearing a hat that says "I am a wizard" on it, or
yeah,
No,
any
but-
pointy wizard hats?
No pointy wizard hats.
Like one?
So, tell me who you're looking at, and I can tell you what they have.
Let's start from the dwarf muddling to himself, move on to the gnome, and then finally end with the half elf.
All right.
Arius is gonna stare at the half elf the entire time.
Okay. And
Wait,
she
this is very important. What is the sex of each of these individuals?
the male dwarf who is talking to himself is wearing kind of well-worn travel, like a well-worn travel cloak that's gray. His head is down. He's holding a cup of ale in between both his hands, and he's muttering to himself. Other than that, you can't tell much about what he has on him.
And his sex is not usually?
Yeah, exactly. The gnome at the bar, on the other hand, has much finer cloth robes on, and he is wearing all sorts of like rings and has like a golden circlet on his head, and seems to be having a jolly old time. The female half elf is wearing robes that have definitely seen better days. There's like mud stains on it, and there's her equipment. Her bow has clearly been used, and she's carrying a short sword at her side as well that has seen use. That's as much as you can tell by looking at them.
Wonderful. So, Kronar, you're back with us?
Sorry?
Kronar, you're back with us?
Yes, Kronar returns, shaped like a bear, with what appears to be human blood dripping from her fangs.
Yeah, so it might cause
she's
a stir.
restrained now.
It might cause a stir in the end.
Huh? No. It's
No one seems to notice.
Oh, all right, fair enough.
Oddly, yeah.
So I asked the question to the party. Given the encounter we just had in the streets, what would we have needed in order to better hold our ground?
Cannon fodder.
well, we had that.
Well, you played that role admirably, if I may say so.
Yeah, I don't want to do that anymore. It was not fun. I think I broke my ribs. I'll need one night's sleep to feel better.
Arius kind of shifts back and forth, and you hear a popping in his chest.
With every breath, you hear the crunching of ribs.
Yeah, he's breathing really, really
How
heavily.
are you still standing, Arius? You're in pretty bad shape.
There's clearly a rib sticking out of his like stomach.
A sucking chest wound. Well, I'm interested in a tank.
Hmm.
Although I
Yeah,
guess as a
is there
bear,
like a Sherman tank or any kind of? Can we just ride a tank around and blast things?
I think
if
that's
we were the
level.
Russians, we'd have 35,000 surprise tanks.
Oh my.
Yeah, Ares is gonna wander up to the dwarf, and he's just gonna kind of be like, "How you doing, friend?" Just kind of pat him on the back and just kind of surreptitiously just kind of pat him all over. He's not really trying to steal anything. He's just trying to get an idea of what he's got
The
Wow.
the dwarf
on his
That's
person.
bold.
the
He's
dwarf
not going for genitals. He's just going for what's underneath the cloak.
Yeah,
All right.
we understand what you're doing.
So the dwarf he doesn't seem to have anything under his cloak of value.
Oh, a value.
He,
So no like heavy armor, no like
No, he-
giant broadsword that has got like down a pant leg or something.
nothing like that. He does look up to you
You mean like
as a role model,
Yeah.
and he says, "Oh, I want to be like you when I get older. I saw you die out there. It was fantastic." No, that's not what he says. He stops talking to himself when you approach and looks up and says, "You. I have
Me.
not yet made my decision about you."
I'm a good guy. What are you talking about? We're all friends here. Look at my two best friends over there, and he's gonna wave.
And he like puts
half-heartedly.
up a finger and says, "Come back later. I'm still thinking about it."
All right, we've got to gain a level before he'll join our party.
And he kind of as you kind of stand there, maybe looking dumbfounded at what he says, he goes back to talking to himself, and you do not understand the language he's speaking. Well, what languages do you speak actually?
That's a good question. I'm pretty sure I wrote down Common, Elvish,
Gibberish.
and Dwarven.
He's not speaking a language you understand.
Interesting.
Is he talking orc? Because if so, we are in luck.
Are you standing next to him, to Arius?
I'm going to say I'm still at my original sitting position.
Then it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah, Arius is gonna just say, "This guy's making no sense." He's gonna move on. He's gonna move on to the gnome. Just kind of pat him down. Maybe he's gonna like, as he kind of casually just try and pick like a drink that's been left on a table before the busboy gets to it, and just kind of put it down in front of the gnome and pat him on the back. Just do the same kind of thing. See if there's any. He's not trying to take anything. Just trying to see if there's any kind of like heavy armor or what he's got going on.
The gnome says, "Hey, friend!
I like this guy.
I'm Orwin Erebar Jenner Yastix Yalmar Korkop."
That's a name. I'm just gonna call you Gnome Guy.
I'm. That's a great name. What do you do?
Guys. Oh, just kind of go around, try not to.
Well, I'm
die.
a wizard. I'm a wizard extraordinaire.
You come on a little strong there, friend. Has anyone ever told you that?
We're friends now. That's fantastic.
Okay, well, let me tell
Nice
you
to meet you.
something.
And he grabs your hand and shakes it super vigorously and enthusiastically.
Ooh, I've got the falling sickness. Careful there. Spreads through hand contact.
I
Excuse me.
don't know what that is. And he like picks up a napkin and starts wiping his hand down.
Okay, well, let me tell you something. I'm going to come back in a little bit. I just got to go get my drink, and I'll come over here, and we'll sit and be best friends forever.
Oh, that sounds great. I can't wait to learn all about you.
You got it. Eric is going to retreat back to the other two and say, like, you guys got to take over. That guy's the worst. That's some kind of, like, wizard guy? Oh, my God. Wouldn't shut up.
Now you know how it feels.
How what feels?
He's still like looking at you and like waiting enthusiastically for your return.
Okay, Arius just gonna kind of give like a half-hearted wave, and then he's just gonna go sit down somewhere else.
He kind of looks a little bit.
And like okay, yeah, good.
He looks a little bit deflated, but then he like
Alright.
pops off his seat and wanders over to Melvin and Kronar and says, "Hi, are you with my new friend?"
In a certain capacity.
What capacity is that?
Ah, we're mercenaries traveling together.
Oh, cool. Hey, you were the ones who mentioned the undead, right? What was that like?
Who could potentially have said that to you?
Oh, it was your friend over there. And he waves to Arius again.
I would keep that to yourself.
Why? Is it a secret?
It's a secret between good friends. You shouldn't say that to anybody except someone you like very much.
Oh, he gives you a big, exaggerated wink. He likes that. I like being in on secrets. Man, I'm so bored. I've been locked in this tavern. I don't want to go outside. Have you been outside? The sailors are gross. Ugh. Ever since the ships haven't been sailing, they've been hanging out all over town, and I don't want them touching
The
me.
ships have not been sailing.
That's what I just said, yeah.
What secrets do you have, gnome?
None.
Hey, we shared a secret with you. Why don't you share a secret with us?
It's not a secret. Everyone knows the ships aren't sailing. That's why all the sailors are still in town.
What stops them from their work?
You know that big, beautiful tower on the cliff?
The one with the copper roof.
That's the one. It's broken. That's the lighthouse. It doesn't work anymore. So no ships can... This is a hard harbor to come in. Without a lighthouse, you can't come into this harbor. That's what they told me. I went in there to help them fix it, but they didn't let me go in. Did you know I came all the way over here just to see inside of that lighthouse? It's the biggest, best lighthouse in all of the land. It's so technologically advanced. I'm so interested in going inside, but they said, no, you can't go inside. We're fixing it. And I said, why can't I go inside? Maybe I can help you fix it. And they said, we can't let you inside. This is top secret. And I said, well, maybe I could help you. And they said, we don't need your help. Anyways, I'm here now.
Interesting.
Poor people are gross.
Eric's just gonna slink down in his booth a little bit more, try and stay out of sight.
I'm going to look at Arius, and I'm gonna say, "You started this. This is your problem to handle."
Now all the sailors are turning into soldiers because they have no work to do, so they're all joining the army. But it makes for a pretty shitty army.
On that we can agree.
Hey, tell me about yourselves.
Gah. Arius, he just like a teenager who's been forced to take out the trash. He's gonna like slump to his feet and just kind of just say like, "All right, buddy."
Hey, old buddy, were your legs tired?
Yeah.
Yeah, my legs get tired too.
You like games, right?
I love games. Look at this.
We're gonna
And
play-
he
Yeah?
makes an imaginary deck of cards appear and he starts shuffling them.
All right, we're gonna play the silence game. Have you played that game?
The silence game. No,
Yeah,
how do you play that?
Well, if you can stay quiet for long enough, we'll take you with us on our journey. How's that sound?
I shake my head.
Yes!
Oh, you spoke. Well, I tell you what then.
No.
Here's the deal.
Let's start now.
I'll give you another chance, but we gotta interview some more candidates first. Thank you very much for your application. We'll keep your resume on file.
He is brimming with excitement and his lips press themselves shut and he goes to sit on his bar stool and he's just staring at you and you can see he's just trembling with enthusiasm.
Okay, Arius is gonna sit back down and he's gonna. All right, you guys go talk to that other one.
I'm pretty sure she's been making eye contact with you all night. Don't you
Well,
think
yeah,
you should?
that's just natural, but I don't want to risk it. That last one didn't go so well. Arius is having a bad night.
That he is.
I walk over to the dwarf's table and I sit down.
He looks up and then continues to mutter to himself.
So, can I understand what he's saying?
What languages do you speak?
Druidic, Common, Giant, Goblin, and Sylvan.
You do not understand what he's saying. He just continues this conversation. And it seems like a conversation. He'll be talking, and then there'll be a pause, and then he'll keep talking. And it looks like he's having a pretty in-depth conversation.
He's probably on the phone.
Yeah, you pull his hood back, and you see he has a little Bluetooth device in his ear.
I ask him how long he's been above the mountain.
He kind of looks at you appraisingly for a moment and says, "Too long. The sky, it presses down on me. I miss the comfort of the rocks.
What keeps you from your home?
My work.
Is your work not to be in the ground?
I have a different calling." And he kind of just keeps staring at you.
I understand exile.
Not exile.
Excitement?
Just my work.
Jewel craft.
You have made enough guesses. Please leave me to render my decision.
Decision?
Yes. And then he
Decision
kind of...
on what?
On you.
I think I've made my decision on you.
And he says, "Thank you," and goes back to talking to himself.
He doesn't know a dismissal when he... Alright, that's cool.
He was like thanking you as in like, "Thank you for your time, you can go now," more than he was accepting your comment.
That's cool. I sit there. Like a mountain.
And eventually he'll stand, he'll pop his head back up and say, "I am a Justicar. I make decisions about people. And I have not decided your sentence yet."
So you're like the three hags?
He doesn't get that reference.
Greek. Guess he's not a Greek.
No, he's not. He's
Is
a
the,
dwarf.
Is the half elf still looking at everybody, or is it just locked eyes with Arius, or
She's kind of like making sure, she's keeping an eye on all of you.
just kind of tracking our movements?
Yep.
Okay, and she's at a table by herself?
Yep.
Alright. Well, Arius is he's just gonna wander over, and he's just gonna sit down opposite her, and he's gonna kind of put his head in his hands there. He's got his elbows on the table, and just kind of stare at her.
She says, "Greetings."
Hi! Are you crazy?
No. I don't
Good news!
I don't think I am.
Guys, I think I found the right one. So what do you do?
I don't understand your question. I'm
Like, do you like getting punched or shot at or like swords swung at your face?
I don't like getting punched. I prefer to fight from a distance. If that's what you mean.
Well, we'll keep your resume on file. And Arius gets up and walks. So he's gonna walk back over and say like,
She seems
"All
like
right."
startled that you get up and like seems to wish to continue a conversation with you, but makes no attempt. Like she's very socially awkward, it seems. More so than either of the other two.
Okay. Well, wow, that's saying something. So Arius he's just gonna kind of relay his impressions to the rest of the party.
Well,
I think
is
we got, like,
Kronar still at the table with the dwarf?
Oh yeah, totally.
Okay, well, Eris is just gonna kind of try and grab Kronar's arm and drag her towards Melvin for like a group meeting kind of thing.
What does Kronar do?
You're gonna drag the mountain?
Well, he's not gonna try and like physically. He's just kind of like, hey, come with me, kind of like a tugging motion. He's not.
I take so I take the peacock scroll out of my pocket
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
and I wrap you on the head with it. Just a love tap.
Okay.
Aw.
So Arius falls unconscious again. And, okay. Well, then Arius is just gonna go to Melvin and just kind of say like, I think we got some folks who we could use here, but there's a wizard who's insane, and some kind of dwarven fighter guy who's insane, and there's a half-elf, probably some kind of ranger, maybe a rogue. Hard to say, but probably gonna try and avoid getting hit. I don't care for that at all. I won't have cowards in my organization.
The dwarf, when he sees the scroll, says, "Ah, you're with the Blue Peacocks. That changes things."
And what do you imagine that changes?
I did not think you were with them.
We're not sure who they are or what they're with. We know that Gibraltar fought next to us and disappeared.
I
He
don't
left
know
the
that name.
scrolls.
He says, "I don't know that name."
He shines as bright as gold.
Ah, yes, the paladin. He seemed like a good man.
He was. Strong.
I am Kirby. Kirby the Malevolent.
I am Kronar of the mountain.
Kronar, you are patient like a mountain.
I sat through 100 moons waiting for my family to come back for me after I was last on the mountain.
That is a long time. I've sat in this inn, it seems like, for 100 moons, waiting for my ship to sail.
The lighthouse. It's not broken, is it?
That's what I'm told.
I think there's reasons that the people here don't want the ships to come in.
I don't think so. They repair the other lighthouse as we speak. It should be ready in a couple of days. The old lighthouse.
The old lighthouse.
And he mentions that there is an old lighthouse on the southern point, the southern tip of the peninsula. And he pings it on your map.
And it's broken?
It simply stopped operating when the new lighthouse was built. From what I've been told. I'm not from around here.
Can I get some mozzarella sticks? Arius is just putting his order in.
You got it, Arius!
That's
All
the
right.
fish.
If the old
You
lighthouse...
got it, Arius. It's not mozzarella, it's Gouda. I don't know if that's
well,
Swedish or not, but...
Good enough for me.
Arius, you're still funny. Even after all the beating you've taken.
Yeah, let's not mention that. All right, thanks.
Ah, they've only bruised your sensibilities.
Yeah, and my ribs. And some of my other bones. So he's
I'm
just gonna
just
eat his
thinking
mozzarella
of-
sticks in quiet now.
Okay. What's that, sorry, Kroner?
I said, are the three little pigs in the bar, too? Delicious. I could go for a pig. So I'm still talking to Kirby, the Malevolent.
Yep.
And if we were to fix the old lighthouse, do you think your ship would sail?
That is my hope.
Also, why do your ships need a lighthouse to leave the harbor?
These are... the lighthouses don't function as you think. They are more of guiding beacons through the jagged rocks that surround the harbor.
Oh. Sounds like you could use a portage.
We are at sea. Well, not at sea, but you're at the edge of the sea.
Yeah. All right.
I have made my decision about you. You are not guilty.
Some days I feel guilty.
Okay, I've changed my mind. I mean, I was totally gonna, but now we're not cool. And we were cool for a second there.
You're Kirby the Mind Changer.
I'm Kirby the Fickle.
Ooh, fried pickles. That sounds good. I'm putting it in my order.
All right, does Kronar step away from the table to go place an order of fried pickles?
Yeah.
All right. Yes, the fried pickles are coming.
And what's Melvin
I would
having?
also like a deep fried turkey leg.
I'm sorry. We are out of turkey. We're running a little bit low on supplies in town now.
Mm.
With the army here and the lack of cargo coming in.
Do I still have the zombie arm? Because I would just get her to deep fry that.
Do you still have the zombie arm? I don't know. Do you still have the zombie arm?
Oh, I guess not. I don't think Arius brought it with him.
Yeah, I think Arius ditched it.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, no, there's
So
no
we
way.
have
Arius
Gibraltar's hand.
All right, so it's getting late in the evening.
Hmm.
The bar starts to empty out a little bit. Is there anything else you'd like to do before bed? You see Orwin Erebar Jenner Yastix Xalmar Cormep is still like trembling on this bar stool.
I write down the number of Arius's room, and I hand it to him.
Does this mean I got the job?
I don't say anything. I just walk by.
You got a job.
He like clutches it to his chest and runs upstairs.
Okay, Arius. Does Arius know this is happening?
Tell me if you did it in private or not, Bernard.
Oh, I just put it into his hand.
Oh yeah, I guess you don't know what she handed him.
Okay, but I saw him run upstairs.
Yep.
Let's see. Would Arius make the connection?
Why don't you roll an insight check?
All right.
And why don't you roll a deception check, Kronar?
I wasn't trying to be deceptive.
Okay, then I think you succeeded in trying to figuring out what happened there.
Okay. Arius would like to walk up to the Swedish
Yeah.
bartender.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, I need another room. Mine has a pest infestation. Some sort of small rodent is burrowing around in my room.
Oh, that's awful. That
Yeah,
will
is
be.
there like another inn across town, or?
There is the peace pot, but you didn't want to go there. Their service isn't as nice as ours.
Okay, well then, can I have another key, please?
That would be 2 gold.
I thought you said this was the place that had good service. You're trying to tell me that you're gonna charge me more because my room has an infestation in it?
She kind of says, oh, and sighs, and goes behind the bar, and pulls out a broom, and hands you the broom, and says, there you go. That should help get rid of the infestation.
Okay, Eris is really gonna lean in and go like, look, please, come on. I don't want to have to go on Yelp and give you guys a bad review.
Alright, roll a persuasion check.
Yelp is this newsletter I started.
Yeah, she'll give you a new key.
Golly, thanks. You're just the greatest. Everyone here is and he just kind of stops talking and walks away.
It's only because you're so... Okay.
So Arius is gonna go up to. He's gonna check the hallway. Carefully, does he see anything in the hallway?
No, it's clear.
Okay, then he's gonna quickly run to his new room, open up the door, go inside, and he's going to move a table or a chair bed in front of the door.
Okay, yeah, no problem. You all hear a, like... And you hear Arius kind of swear to himself. And then you hear a... And then you hear, like, the furniture moving.
And then Arius is going to hunker down under some blankets and try and sleep and forget the terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day he had.
And then he writes a book about it.
Yep.
Yep.
You feel your ribs stitching back together like miraculously throughout the night. Almost like in this world, sleeping is a cure for everything.
Amazing.
What are the rest of you doing?
I'd like to ask Kronar's opinion of the talent we've got in the room, or had in the room.
Oh, the talent.
Yeah.
Well, I had a strange conversation with Kirby the Fickle.
The fickle part never actually happened.
The Fickle part?
He never changed his mind on you there.
Oh, that's unfortunate. He says he's a Juracar?
He said just a car.
A Justicar. Oh, he's just a car. Okay.
He's just a car.
Okay.
Kirby, just a car? Huh? Guys?
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I will record. Kirby the Malevolent. He says he can't live underground because of his job, which is the judge guilt. And he says I'm not guilty,
Well,
but only because he thinks we're with the Blue Peacocks.
You don't think he thinks you're with the Blue Peacocks?
Oh, okay.
would you
So I'm
welcome?
thinking that has to do with these like crates of the covenant and the scary ghosts and the don't look at them kind of thing. You know.
Would you welcome him as an addition into our folds? First of all, what's his asking price? Is he looking for an even share?
Oh, we didn't talk about money. I'm sure money is beneath him.
Yeah, what has Melvin been doing throughout the night?
I was eating my meal at the table.
The whole
Ooh, what'd you
time?
get? What'd you get? What'd you get?
I
What'd
thought
you
this
get?
was. I got a nice mutton broth.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's the most
As far as I
boring
was
meal.
concerned, the conversation going around was just a matter of minutes. I just got to the bottom of my bowl, and you guys had done your little interrogations.
There you have it. Was there anything you'd like to do at this point? I guess you're asking for their feedback.
Well, we've
I
got
rather
one
like the
person.
little gnome.
Do you?
Oh, yes. He has a certain air of exasperation to the party.
Well, I trust your judgment. If he is the one you want, then I will grin and bear it.
I didn't say that.
I know he's Arius's favorite.
It's
You
true.
guys hear the sound of paranoid sleeping.
Couldn't you imagine them having like pillow fights and sleepovers and hair braiding? It would just be the sweetest.
It'd be adorable.
I would welcome wounds to the ears readily then. I would seek all battles and aim the side of my head to the axe of the swing. Just so I would not hear the banter any longer.
All gnomes are this way.
It doesn't sound like a ringing endorsement to
That
me.
was racism.
Yes.
Okay, we're good then.
Any
I'm still
clear
staring at that
victors?
fence on fire.
Any clear victors? Or shall we return to the question in the morning? Or perhaps not at all.
I think we could return to the question in the morning. Because I imagine 2 out of the 3 will probably have cleared out of the inn by morning, so
Well,
we'll be stuck with the gnome.
the decisive warrior chooses his battle rather than leaving it up to fate.
Sounds like you're ready to choose.
I have not had any contact. I'm leaving it in the hands of my sworn companion.
It sounds like you're doing the exact thing you just said the decisive warrior wouldn't do. Now
Yeah,
who's
what does the indecisive warrior do?
now who's Kirby the fickle?
I judge you with my eyes.
All right, you may judge your way.
Judging you.
Kirby judges you with his eyes.
Is he also here?
Yeah, he's still sitting at the bar at his table.
He
Is it
sticks his
Kirby
thumb
or
out
hired?
kind of sideways.
What's that?
He sticks his thumb out in front of him, sort of sideways.
Yeah, yeah.
And then he-
All right, I'll saddle up next to Kirby then.
All right.
Say,
Says, good evening.
Would you be interested in joining our mercenary troop?
What does your mercenary troop intend on doing?
We intend on... Well, we each have our own quest that we are seeking to accomplish through this partnership. I'm seeking to redeem my honor and join the Order of the Steel Fang. And I can't speak for any of my other companions, but we will use each other's strengths in order to meet our individual goals.
Okay, so let's take a second here so you can tell me a little bit about the Order of the Steel Fang.
The Order of the Steel Fang is an elite fighting group under the Church of Tempest, whose members were often assigned to the most dangerous duties and led by battle-hardened clergymen. Many mercenary companies and knightly fighting orders of crusaders also availed themselves of a connection with the church. One badge of the god seen among his affiliated warriors is the rusty brown dagger shown diagonally with a point to the upper right, dripping 4 drops of blood.
Okay. Point in the upper right,
Yeah.
and 4 drops of blood. And can I ask you what sullied your honor?
That would probably be...
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that would be a proper point for exposition later.
Yes. Kirby looks at you and says, "A band of allies helping each other fulfill their personal goals does sound appealing. Give me the night to think on it." And then he'll stand up and walk out of the inn.
Toodles!
Peace! He says.
Peace?
Yeah, he says peace.
Does he drop the mic?
He drops the mic and does the upside down peace sign.
So awesome already. Guys, we gotta have this guy in the party.
He pulls off his robe and he's wearing silver tracksuits. 2 of them.
2 tracksuits on top of each other?
Yep. He's really hot.
You mean like attractive or just?
No, just warm. Alright, what do you guys do? You head to bed.
I'm heading for the sleeping. Longer rest for me.
No one's noticed, but I can sleep on my feet and just look like I'm standing.
So you've been sleeping for like the last hour?
Yeah, ever since Melvin was like, "What do we do?" I've just been like, "Mm-hmm."
Okay.
So when everyone moves towards bed, I follow them.
Alright. So everybody goes to bed.